Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening. First tonight, the government is pushing a law to publicly share names and details of registered sex offenders who breach their release conditions. It claims it will better protect children, but opponents warn it could do more harm than good.
It's a bill aimed at protecting children, off the back of the harrowing findings from the Commission of Inquiry. 4 years on, and the Tasmanian government is pushing ahead with Daniel's law.
It will ensure that if a registered sex offender absconds, is not meeting the conditions of their release or their whereabouts are unknown, that Tasmania Police will be able to make their details public.
Tabled in November, the bill honouring the memory of Daniel Morecambe would allow Tasmania Police to share certain registered sex offenders' details. There are concerns it could encourage vigilantism, but police say there are safeguards in place.
There certainly won't be a free-for-all, publicly available list of reportable offenders. There'll be restrictions on the sharing of information.
But the bill could face scrutiny, with the opposition and crossbench MPs writing to the police minister, saying there are serious concerns over lack of consultation and potential legal implications of offender reporting, and that it should be withdrawn and rewritten.
What we don't want to see is unintentional consequences with how children and minors might be treated under the scheme, how they access the scheme, how parents would have that information.
There are some concerns here around consultation and making sure victim survivors inform the best outcome.
The government says it's satisfied with the drafting of the bill and will continue to work with members as debate is expected to continue at the end of the month. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
An investigation into what caused an early morning garage fire in Howrah on Tranmere Road is underway. The owner of the house able to quickly alert emergency services around 9 a.m.
On arrival, we found the shed fully involved in fire. Crews took about 5-10 minutes to knock the fire down, and we had it completely extinguished within 30 minutes.
The house, separate to the 2-car garage, was undamaged and no injuries were reported. Parts of Tasmania have shivered through a pre-winter cold spike, waking to a blanket of snow. The southwest copped a dumping with overnight temperatures plummeting, many taking advantage, while others stayed cosy inside.
Winter slowly rolling into Tasmania.
Oh my God, my hands are freezing off.
A cold snap sweeping through and blanketing parts of the state with snow overnight.
It was very cold overnight and a very good dusting of snow.
We've had a very cold burst of air come through last night, and it's brought a fair bit of snow about the state. The highest falls would have been around the southwest.
Snow falling as low as 600 metres above sea level this morning. Temperatures plummeting well below freezing in some areas. Many woke thinking winter had arrived early. Mountain peaks and highland communities turned into snow-covered landscapes.
Absolutely beautiful.
It was a first for many.
I'm so excited because this is my first time seeing real snow.
First time seeing falling snow, so it's pretty cool.
Some braved the icy snap today, quickly taking advantage.
Loving it. It's bringing all the childhood memories from when I've been travelling back in Europe.
While others kept toasty inside. The Great Lake Hotel was the place to be.
The fires are roaring, they kind of have to be. We have no other source of heating, so we need these fires.
Both from San Diego, so Southern California, not used to the cold weather.
Found it cold at first, but then I just got used to it and now it feels warm.
Locals say at first light the snow was sitting around 10 centimetres deep here. By lunchtime the sun had melted some away, but with temperatures sitting just above 0 degrees, it's likely the whiteout will stick around a little longer. The snow dumping just a taster until winter's chill really bites.
The rest of May, it's looking like it'll be slightly on the drier side. Is the outlook. It doesn't look like any follow-up snow will be coming this week.
Rebecca Gaidenera, 7 Tasmania News.
Before they start zooming around Symmons Plains, Supercars drivers have been giving their wrists a workout, signing autographs for hundreds of fans at a meet and greet this afternoon at Launceston's National Automobile Museum. The Devils have thrown their support behind the Macquarie Point Stadium, warning the club would be $6 million a year worse off if forced to play at any other existing stadium in the state. Meanwhile, Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe has continued to face criticism over the project's cost.
You were explicit, $375 million, not a red cent more, with the rest to come from the private sector if required. Why are you trying to pretend otherwise?
The reports and the AFL agreement, which mentions borrowings. I mean, it's pretty clear.
The team has reiterated there'll be no team without a stadium. A big weekend at Symmons Plains is almost here, but before one driver can think about hitting the track, it's time to go back to school. Fan favourite Chazs switching gears, giving lucky students a crash course in online safety.
It's not every day a supercar driver makes a pit stop at school or becomes the teacher.
I was surprised once the first time I saw him. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was quite cool.
But for St Thomas More students, that was the case this morning. Chazs Mostert taking over cyber safety lessons.
If it just changes one kid's mentality, then this has been really helpful.
Lending a famous face to the digital thumbprint program.
I think it's really important just to make sure that we're safe online and doing the more positive things than negative things. And so for me, it's a no-brainer to get involved.
The workshop gives students the tools to navigate life online.
What they do online today can have impacts not only tomorrow but their future career and opportunity, and it's really about being kind and being safe and respectful.
And just like the infamous Symmons Plains track, students now know there's plenty of twists and turns on the internet.
I learnt a lot about how to be safe online and ignore everything that people are saying to you that is negative.
It was very inspiring. I reckon you should be very safe online.
Victoria East 07 Tasmania News.
Jim Wilkinson has endorsed Marcus Vermey, who's hoping to secure a seat in Tasmania's Legislative Council.
He's a respected person in the community and a person who will deliver for Nelson and Tasmania in the Legislative Council.
The Liberal candidate for Nelson earmarking the High Performance Centre as a key priority, but didn't specify any other policies or projects to media today.
No, not at this stage, but I'm sure there's plenty more things to do.
Polling day is May 24. A special preserved piece of Huan pine has been craned into a permanent home, becoming the largest installation Henry Jones Hotel has seen. It's now hoped to attract locals and tourists alike so they can learn more about the unique Tasmanian species.
Huan pines are usually found in Tasmania's remote western wilderness, but one rather monstrous log is now on display far from its home.
So officially we're saying the tree is 750 years old when it was felled, but one of our storytellers, Jess, claims it's 950, so who knows where it lands.
Weighing in at 2.5 tonnes and stretching to nearly 6 metres, this log's been named Monster and is bound to be the largest installation Henry Jones Hotel has ever seen. Despite it setting in effortlessly, moving it inside proved quite the task.
The clearance for the crane to crane that in through these windows essentially behind us, it was just about that much. Yeah, it was absolutely incredible.
The log originally belonging to third-generation sawmiller Ian Bradshaw. He acquired it 20 years ago after it was logged from rainforests near Strawn.
As a Huan pine, probably the most unique species in Tasmania, certainly the very longest living tree. The log is quite special because it's so grand.
The Huan pine installation is now on permanent display at the Henry Jones Hotel. This monster here set to feature as part of daily tours starting at Mach 1. The piece proving far more than just another installation.
But it's so very Tasmanian that we're able to survive in a harsh, remote and sometimes inhospitable area.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
The heroic trio behind a wild rescue mission in rough waters off St Helens has been recognised at Government House. The Governor presenting their Bravery Awards 11 years after the group saved the lives of 3 young boys after their boat washed into the ocean. Sadly, another man on board was unable to be saved.
You don't
do anything like this in life and expect any other recognition other than a thank you. It's been really great to see the kids that we rescued here again today. It's the first time I've seen them since that event.
Today's awards ceremony forming part of a series of Australian honours being handed out this week.
Two young locals are keen to hit the track at Symmons Plains in the Super 2 for the first time this weekend as the Supercars drivers start refamiliarising themselves with one of the trickiest circuits on the calendar.
A day out from first practice, Gold Coaster Brock Feeney isn't exactly feeling the heat.
We flew into Hobart yesterday and that was a rude wake-up call. It was wet, windy and very cold.
The track where Feeney scored his first podium back in 2022, he knows how tough the next few days are going to be.
Qualifying here is pretty much as intense as it gets. As I said, sort of 1/10 will nearly cover 10 cars.
With an 11-year age gap, Feeney and Richie Stanaway both notch up their 100th races this weekend.
Even though I'm one of the older drivers, it's only my fourth season. Still looking for a breakthrough, really. Haven't quite achieved what I'd like to.
The next generation also on show as the Super 2 returns to the Symmons Plains event, and two locals couldn't be happier.
I always come here growing up and watching Supercars, so yeah, pretty special to come here now and finally race at this event.
Lockie Dalton isn't allowing his mind to drift to his Supercars wildcard call-up next round in Perth.
Definitely a dream come true, but you just focus on the race, what's in front of you, so I still need to do my job and get some runs on the board in Super 2.
A home track win this weekend would be nice, but won't come easy.
We had a test day a month ago at Winton and doing a lot of prep to get ready for this round. We had a few dramas at Sydney. We didn't roll out as strong as we liked, so a bit of work in between and make sure we come out strong this weekend.
Well, they might be coming off a whopping 159-0 victory, but the South Launceston women are under no illusion. There's some big battles ahead. The Bulldogs go into Saturday's clash against Scottsdale with top 4 credentials front of mind.
Scottsdale have always been a really competitive team. They play a contested brand of football, so they're really looking forward to it.
Well, a week off has done wonders for both the Launceston and Longford men.
I'm few sore body, so to have the week off's good. There will be a couple of changes this week heading into Longford, but more opportunity for these younger guys to come through.
It'll be the first time those sides have faced off since the league reshuffle. Now firmly locked in as the team to beat in the TNL this season, the undefeated Cavaliers are 3 wins clear of their nearest opponent on the ladder. But their rise to the top hasn't come without challenges.
Obviously had a few up and downs, bit of scoreboard pressure, bit of pressure on the court, so it's been good. We've been able to overcome that on the court, and keep pushing it training.
They head up to play Devon this weekend. And Kim, that's Tonight in Sport.
OK, thank you, Nick. Well, we know winter has come a little bit early. Kaya will join us after the break with more details.
Good evening. A cool day in Hobart today, just 13 degrees. 17 in Launceston, Devonport and Burnie, both 15. The islands recorded 16, as well as St Helens, Smithton, Low Head and Friendly Beaches 15. 14 in Strawn, Ouse 13, 12 in Grove. Lyweni climbed to just 5 degrees today after -2 overnight. Patchy low cloud is seen here, moving over the state from the west, passing from the southwest, bringing 52 millimetres in the gauge at Henty Canal. Patchy low-level cloud continues to move over coastal parts of Tasmania and Victoria as a band of low-level cloud pushes over central New South Wales. Tomorrow, a high over Victoria will extend a ridge across the country, with the exception of the tropics and the west coast of WA. West-southwesterly winds 25 to 35 knots in the south, 20 to 30 knots about the north, east and 15 to 25 knots elsewhere. Westerly swells will increase to 4.5 metres in western and southern waters. A gale warning is in place for coastal waters between Tasman Island to Low Rocky Point tomorrow, and a strong wind warning is also in place for central west coast and the east of Flinders Island. Cloudy skies expected in the south tomorrow, Hobart and Campania 18, 17 in Huonville. Partly cloudy in the north, 18 the top in Launceston, Devonport and Georgetown, both 17. Cloudy too in Burnie and Wynyard, 17 also, some showers across Strawn with 16 there. Fine and sunny in St Helens tomorrow, 19. Swansea 19 also with partly cloudy skies. A bit of cloud too in Port Arthur with 17 degrees. Forecast for Saturday, light showers about the West and Bass Strait Islands, but it'll be fine elsewhere. Now, don't forget Mother's Day on Sunday. The West can expect possible light showers. And on Monday, fine apart from showers developing about the West and far south in the afternoon. Hooray for Friday as we take a look at what we can expect across the nation tomorrow. 34 in Darwin and also Broome, showery in Sydney 21, perhaps some showers also in Brisbane with 24 degrees. Hobart and Launceston right now, legs 11 and mostly clear. 12 in Devonport and cloudy also. Now, it didn't take long to get that puffer jacket out, otherwise known as the Tasmanian tuxedo, Kim.
We are into winter, a little bit early, but that's okay. Thank you, Kaya. That is all your news for now. We'll be back later with updates. Thanks for joining us. Good night.